Bill Clinton is desperate for a preemptive pardon for his little lady Hillary Clinton. She didn't do anything wrong. Former President Bill Clinton told The View Wednesday that even though his wife Hillary Clinton didn't do anything wrong, he'd be open to discussing a preemptive pardon for her with President Joe Biden. Why would he need one now when he didn't need one in the first term? This is very interesting, right? Do you think it would be wise for President Biden to preemptively pardon any potential targets? How about your wife Hillary Clinton? Co-host Sonny Hostin asked. She is apparently on Cash Patel's list. Hell yeah. Good job, Cash Patel. I'm proud of you, buddy. Definitely. Do it. Investigate Hillary Clinton, please, my man. Yo, we're going to get into this. It's hilarious. They're begging for pardons now that we got real people in the administration. And on top of that, we're going to get into exactly why. Not only should Hillary Clinton not be pardoned, but she should be investigated and, in my opinion, charged. We're going to get exactly why, and we're going to get into why from reputable sources. I mean, mainstream sources. You guys are not going to be able to argue with these sources, okay, guys? President-elect Donald Trump recently nominated Kash Patel to be his director of the FBI. In Patel's book, Government Gangsters, The Deep State, The Truth, and the Battle for Our Democracy, he wrote a list of the executive branch deep state. Yeah! In his appendix, that included FBI Director Chris Wray, Attorney General Merrick B. Garland, President Joe Biden, former FBI Director James Comey, former Obama administration Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Is there any wonder about Hillary Clinton? Come on now, man. They've got a problem with her because first, she didn't do anything wrong. Bill Clinton responded to the Hostin's request. They've got a problem with her because she didn't do anything wrong. Yo, man, they got a problem with her, guys, because she's just living her life. They see her happy. They see her smiling and enjoying life. They see a woman in power, and they're angry about it. And so they target her, guys. Is that the narrative they're really trying to go with here? Because nobody likes Hillary Clinton, man. Second, she followed the rules exactly as they were written. Oh, are you kidding me? Lying through his teeth. But everybody knows that's Bill Clinton's entire history here. Third, Trump's State Department found, remember how the emails were such an issue in 2016? What? Trump's State Department found that Hillary sent and received exactly 0 classified emails on her personal device. It was a made-up phony story. Whoa, this dude is lying big time, and we're going to actually show you exactly how he's lying big time. So, I guess if Kash Patel is determined to make up one, he could do it. But I think if President Biden wanted to talk to me about that, I would talk to him about it. But I don't think I should be giving public advice on the pardon power. Wow, man. He continued, I think it's a very personal thing, but it is. I hope Trump won't do that. Trump, most of us get out of this world ahead of where we'd get if if all we got was simple justice. And so it's normally a fool's ear to spend a lot of time trying to get even. What? Those were two separate sentences. Most of us get out of this world ahead of where we'd get if all we got was simple justice. Is he trying to say that he's benefited and his whole class of people has benefited from being favored by the law and basically being above the law? Because that's how that reads to me. That's how that dude, co-host Joy Behar asked whether a pardon would signal that his wife and others had actually done something wrong. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Look, why don't you just give us the pardon and then we talk about it after? He went on to praise his wife's well-qualified credentials. Admitted that he thought Trump won the 2024 election fair and square, but he hinted that former FBI Director James Comey's investigation into his wife's emails shortly before the election may have interfered with her chances back in 2016. It was just baseless. It was baseless. And you ruined the election, okay? My wife should have been the president. I also think it's important for everybody to just take a deep breath and say that unlike 2016, there was no outside influence, like the FBI Director interfering in the last moment in violation of 70 years of policy and then changed 5% overnight. Bill Clinton said this year's election showed that there were a lot of reasons why Trump won in November. The former president said that he currently sleeps well at night because he did everything possible to help Harris win despite her defeat. It was going to come out anyway. And James Comey had to make the FBI look like it wasn't a partisan hack job, okay? That's why James Comey came out when it did. Dude, everything was building because of the consequences of Hillary Clinton's email scandal, man. No, seriously, guys, look into this, bro. Check this out. What we know about the investigation at Hillary Clinton's private email server. Dude, on October 28, FBI Director James Comey said the Bureau had recently uncovered new emails potentially related to the investigation into the private email server. Latest emails were found after the Bureau seized at least one electronic device shared by Anthony D. Weiner and his estranged wife, Huma Abedin, on an aide to Miss Clinton. 30,000 initially turned over by Miss Clinton's lawyers deemed work-related returned to the State Department in 2014. 8 chains, private. This was on her private email server, y'all. 30,000 include top secret information. 36 chains included secret information. 8 chains included confidential information. 2,000 since then have been deemed classified confidential. The FBI director said that it was a very small number of emails that had classified markings when they were sent. But we're going to get into something later because they had serious consequences. She had a private email server that apparently China had access to. And at the same time, it was right before the Benghazi event. And she got sued. She got sued because the information that she had on her servers was publicly actionable information that was able to have been used and identify sources that ended up dying in Benghazi, okay? And the courts deemed that she couldn't be sued not because the facts were incorrect on the merits, that she couldn't be sued because the emails were sent on her in her capacity as State Department head. So in her capacity on her job, she sent the emails while she was doing her job, and so she couldn't be sued for doing her job. Instead, the State Department itself had to be sued as an organization, and so the State Department stepped in, and the lawsuit ended up getting thrown out against Hillary Clinton. 14,900 additional related emails that Miss Clinton did not turn over to the State Department uncovered by the FBI during the course of its investigation. More than 9,000 emails were personal and will not be released. About 5,600 will be released, many not until well after Election Day. At least 75 have been released so far. An unknown number of additional emails that may be pertinent, the FBI announced on October 28th, found that the Bureau seized one electronic device shared by whatever. What happened while Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State? 2009, Hillary Clinton becomes Secretary of State and begins using ClintonEmail.com, an email account housed on a private server. At the time, the State Department's policy stated that normal day-to-day operations were to be conducted on an authorized system. So, violated the law working at State Department. Federal record-keeping guidelines for the use of personal accounts are tightened, requiring any such records to also be preserved now on federal systems. Okay, so in October 2009, starts violating the law again. September 2012, a United States diplomatic outpost and CIA facility in Benghazi, Libya are attacked. 4 Americans are killed. 2012, December, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee asks Ms. Clinton in a letter if she had used a private email account. She does not reply. The State Department letter responds without answering the question. February 2013, Hillary Clinton leaves office. 4 months later, the State Department staff members reviewing the Benghazi attacks discover correspondence for the first time between her private email account and the government accounts of immediate staff that had actionable information relating to Benghazi. Yo, guys, an investigation of Benghazi attacks puts more focus on Hillary Clinton's emails and her private server. May 2014, hearing on Benghazi spur the House Speaker, John A. Boehner, to create a special select committee to investigate the attacks. I'm pretty sure I botched that name. And how the government responded. July 2014, officials begin negotiating with Miss Clinton's representatives, including her former chief of staff, Cheryl D. Mills, to obtain all of her emails. Mills says Miss Clinton will turn them over, but cautions it will take some serious time. The State Department provides the Select Committee on Benghazi with 15,000 pages of documents, including just a handful of emails from Clinton, all from her private account. The committee asks for the rest of the emails. Clinton hands over the emails, and they are eventually made public. After a formal request by State Department, Ms. Clinton hands over 55,000 printed pages of more than 30,000 emails. During the hearing of Benghazi, the State Department officials are criticized for not providing all documents related to the investigation. 2 weeks later, they hand over roughly 900 pages of emails. Before the New York Times publishes an article about Ms. Clinton's personal email account, the State Department tells the committee investigators she relied on it exclusively as Secretary of State. Soon after, Miss Clinton announces that she asked the State Department to release the emails from the 30,000 she handed over, and says that she deleted another 32,000 personal messages. That's like half the messages, yo. So there was 62,000 and she deleted over half. Miss Clinton announces her candidacy for president. The State Department begins releasing several thousand pages of her emails, many of them particularly redacted. The releases continue until at least the last of the 30,000 are made public in February of 2016. Government investigators say they found classified information in her emails on her personal server. They were not marked classified at the time. The State Department announces they will not release the emails that contain top secret material. The emails, classifications of the emails were increased after they were found. So she was putting serious stuff on there and not marking it the way it should be marked as the head of State Department. Does that sound responsible to you? Does that sound like somebody that should be trusted with her power? The State Department Inspector General released a report criticizing the Inspector General released a report criticizing her use of the private server, saying she should have asked for approval and that she had violated department policies by not surrendering emails before leaving office. The FBI announced they had discovered new emails relevant to the closed investigation on whether her and her staff mishandled classified information. Wrote that the agency working to determine the emails contain classified information as well as to assess their importance. Oh my gosh, guys. Yo, so this stuff gets real. It gets deep. And on top of that, the suit against Hillary Clinton over Benghazi deaths and emails was dismissed. But why was it dismissed? Was it dismissed because nobody got hurt over her inappropriately storing the emails? No, it was not. It was dismissed on standing or apparently on she not being the correct person to sue because she was doing her job as president. But was she doing her job? Was she doing her job? Was she doing her job? Because that server was not protected. It was accessible by outside sources. So I don't think she was doing her job at all, man. I think what she was doing was distinctly not her job. And so, yes, she's liable for it personally. A federal judge in Washington has dismissed a lawsuit alleging Hillary Clinton's lax security surrounding her emails led to the deaths of 2 Americans killed in the 2012 attack on the U.S. diplomatic compound in Benghazi, Libya. In a ruling Friday, the U.S. court judge Amy Berman Jackson tossed out the wrongful death claims as well as allegations that Clinton essentially slandered the parents of the deceased by contradicting the accounts the parents gave in the events related to related to their children's passing. The suit was filed last August by Patricia Smith, mother of the State Department Information Officer Sean Smith, and Charles Wood, father of CIA operative Tyrone Woods. The parents issued weeks after Patricia Smith took the stage at Republican National Convention in Cleveland to deliver an emotional speech blasting the 2016 Democratic presidential nominee for failing to save 4 Americans who passed away on the Benghazi attack while she was Secretary of State. Smith, Woods, CIA operative Glenn Doherty, and U.S. Ambassador to Libya Christopher Stevens. Jackson dismissed the wrongful passing portion of the lawsuit on technical grounds after granting the State Department's motion to step in as the defendant in those claims. So check this out. Jackson dismissed the wrongful passing portion of the suit on technical grounds because they allowed the State Department's motion to step in as the defendant. So they dismissed the lawsuit against Hillary Clinton and allowed the State Department to step in. The Obama-appointed judge concluded Clinton used her emails in the course of her official duties. Okay? So the reason that they dismissed the lawsuit was because she was acting in the course of her official duties. It was not because there was no connection to her emails and the passing in Benghazi. Nothing about this decision should be construed as making a determination or expressing any opinion about the propriety of the use of the private server or the content or accuracy of the statements made by the secretary to the family members or anyone else in the days following the Benghazi attack. The judge wrote, this is not a determination on the accuracy of the family's claims. Okay? So Hillary Clinton effed up, stored things on a private server that was unsecured illegally, and people passed away, in my opinion, in Benghazi, because of it, in my opinion. Okay? So, dude, Like this is like, no, man, this is why nobody likes Hillary Clinton. And also, not to mention the Clinton hit list, right? And the whole meme around how many people disappear and are no longer breathing around the Clintons, man. So dude, no, man, this is why nobody likes Clinton. This is also why Bill Clinton wants a preemptive pardon. And this is exactly why she did do a whole ton of stuff wrong. A whole ton of stuff wrong. And that's not to mention the stuff she did before she even took office, like representing really disgusting people who did really disgusting things and then laughing about their guilt after she gets them acquitted. So no, nobody likes Hillary Clinton for good reason, guys. Just remember that, and I will see you on the next segment.